What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I don't know who made a video about this, but an old clip has surfaced, and I've had now 12 people sending me this clip of the legend, the icon, the Hall of Famer, and in my opinion, one of the greatest athletes, if not the greatest athlete to ever grace the square circle, not to mention one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time, in Roy Jones Jr. Now, many of the fight fans that watch me know that Roy Jones Jr. is one of my all-time favorite fighters in history, right? And so, they sent me this clip because Roy Jones, in their opinion, validates their stance on a situation that has been brewing. But it's not realistic, and it's not a reality. And that's between their favorite fighter, undefeated, 5-time world champion, 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as one of the cash cows and one of the faces of the sport of boxing, in Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, y'all continue to tell me that get new content. At this point, comments in the comment section from the Folios. At this point, Tank Davis needs to take out an order against you. Yet y'all in my inbox sending me these clips talking about Roy Jones validates that Tank Davis, who was 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age, 5'4" with a 67-inch arm reach, a powerful, slick, athletic southpaw. Roy Jones, in an interview, an old interview, I don't know who did this video, I don't know how it resurfaced, I don't know where it came from, but Roy Jones, he made a statement that nobody is going to beat the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, the undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, in Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford, if you don't know, is 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Terrence Crawford is 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. He's 37 years of age. And he's getting ready to have the biggest fight of his career, a super fight that's going to take place September 13th with him and Canelo Alvarez, 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. But in this clip anyway, Roy Jones Jr. states that nobody's going to beat Terrence Crawford. And the only fighter that can really give him a real good fight would be Gervonta Tank Davis if they fought at a catchweight of 145. That would be an awesome fight, right? Now, Roy Jones didn't say he can beat Terrence Crawford. It's not what he said. But for some odd reason, everybody's saying that he's saying he could beat Terrence Crawford. He's saying it could be a entertaining fight, a competitive fight. Now, to each his own. Tank Davis is a great fighter. Can he beat Terrence Crawford? No, not in my opinion. But how will we know? We wouldn't know. The only way to know is if they have actually fought, and guess what? They ain't going to fight, right? But anyway, everybody's saying that Roy Jones, even Roy Jones says that Tank Davis is so great that he could beat Terrence Crawford at a catchweight. And Roy Jones didn't say that. He said it would be a competitive fight. And this is extremely old, right? This interview, right? I think this was right after Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, if I'm not mistaken. First of all, Terrence Crawford made the statement, and this is brewing because of Tank Davis and Terrence Crawford going back and forth with one another on social media, right? And Terrence Crawford made the statement. You know, Tank Davis made the statement initially that he would go up and wait and he could knock out Terrence Crawford, right? And Terrence Crawford said that's the one fight he'll stay at 147 to make happen if he wants to dare to be great. And Tank Davis move up and fight Terrence Crawford. This would be a stylistic matchup nightmare for Gervonta Tank Davis. Terrence Crawford has a 7-inch arm reach advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis, a 4-inch height advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis, power in both hands, and can control distance and range. Things that people are not paying attention to. Everybody's talking about the power of Tank Davis. They're dismissing the power of Terrence Crawford when they make these statements. Terrence Crawford has knocked out and stopped 11 of his last 12 opponents. He has more knockouts than Tank Davis has fights. And he switches from southpaw to orthodox. And Tank Davis does not have a high work rate, which means that the fighters that have given Terrence Crawford any type of trouble, because people say, well, Yuriorkis Gamboa gave him trouble, Hank Lundy gave him trouble, right? Smaller fighters gave him trouble, and they not on Tank level. Their work rate and Tank work rate is completely different. Two different types of work rates. Those blitzing styles that they were very aggressive against Terrence Crawford, and he allowed shots to slip in because he likes to trade. Like Igor Kavalauskas. When he don't want you to hit him, and you're a smaller guy, you won't hit him. A la Errol Spence. A la Victor Postal. And that's what's being dismissed. And he's a great counterpuncher. Sean Porter gave him trouble. I know people say, well, Tank Davis dropped Sean Porter. Sean Porter gave him trouble. But when he turned the switch on Terrence Crawford, we saw what happened. Period. So this is a dream scenario matchup, and it ain't happening anyway. And that's all I got for y'all. Peace.